Wise, W-I-S-E, captain with Niles City Fire. Our mechanical inspector came in, looked over, he did confirm it was the pool heater, ventilation system with the pool heater. The building is not going to be able to be occupied tonight because there's some repairs that need to be made that affect the building. So the Semco won't turn the gas back on until those repairs are made.
So the pool heater is what, the thing that heated the water? Or?
Correct, and it uses natural gas to create that, to heat it, and the combustion, the byproducts of that is carbon monoxide, and it was not able to ventilate outside properly.
Talk about the levels that you found.
The highest levels that we observed were 800 parts per million. That was after 2 doors, one to the outside had been open and people had come in and out. So I would surely say the levels were much higher than that prior to our first readings.
Can you talk about what the effect is of those kind of levels?
When you get up to that high levels, your level of consciousness is not going to, it's going to take a very short period of time for you to start getting dizzy, headache, nauseous, vomiting. You're mental, you can't make rational decisions. So that's why none of them, 2 of them, we're not sure if 2 left the pool area because they had symptoms, they just weren't unresponsive. We haven't got the whole story put together yet on that.
So how many kids were on the deck? What was the exact?
We had six kids on the deck upon our arrival that were all unresponsive.
And the deceased was one of the 6 on the deck?
I have not been confirmed on the deceased yet. I know there's a lot of reports out there, but me personally have not been confirmed on that.
So we're talking about six
unresponsive kids. One of the unresponsive went to Lakeland Hospital here in Niles. The other 5 went to Memorial Hospital, and then we had 2 additional kids that went to Memorial.
So it was only 6 people that you brought
out
of the hotel via ambulance, or were there others as well? Then?
There was 2 additional kids that weren't in the pool area, and they were conscious and able to talk to us, but very dizzy and nauseous.
What about other people on the floor? I mean,
we had one of the hotel staff suffered effects of the carbon monoxide. She had to be transported. She was alert the whole time, but having difficulty breathing. We had a couple officers, after the amount of time of them going in and getting people, helping us carry them out, they had the effects of carbon monoxide poisoning and went and got checked out.
How quickly from malfunction to a problem could there be? How quickly?
It all depends on how big the burner is, how much it's trying to heat. Is it getting proper makeup air, so it's getting proper combustion, or if it's like, let's say it's lacking enough makeup air and it's burning improperly, then your CO, your carbon monoxide output would be much higher. So it's hard to speculate what it is. If it's working properly and you have a working ventilation system, you'll have no problem at all. It should be 0 in there.
So was this a closet that was next to the pool?
Correct. It's right in the pool area is a little mechanical room for the filtration system, the heater, and then looks like there's a furnace to heat that area also.
And so just what, leaked through the door? How does that work, that it got into the pool area?
There is a gap underneath the door, so that would be my guess on that.
So is it a fast moving? I mean,
carbon monoxide is about equal with air, so it doesn't float, it doesn't sink, it mixes with the air currents. So it'll be high, medium, low in the air.
And what were the conditions when they found these people on the deck? I mean, just all unconscious?
All unconscious, yes.
And was there any care given here immediately, or just immediately evacuated?
Because of the high levels of carbon monoxide in there, we pulled them out. Some were pulled out the side door to the outside. Some were pulled into the lobby, into a area that had lower levels of CO, because we were about 150 parts per million outside the pool room. We were about 50 parts per million on the 2nd floor and about 30 on the 3rd floor.
High level, crazy high levels.
Yeah, though, I mean, the 150, that's doable. I mean, you have a long time to be exposed to that before you start feeling effects of that. But 800, you have minutes.
Okay. Anybody else?
So what's happening right now? If you could talk about what's going on.
Right now, the hotel is closed. The mechanical inspector determined it was the pool heater, and Semco will not turn the gas back onto the building until all the repairs are made.
Do you know about how many people were inside the hotel at the time? Has that been confirmed?
No, I don't. Some of my guys that were going through the room by room said they only found a few rooms that were empty, so they had quite a few people here, but a lot of the people had left for the day already. So now they're slowly returning back, finding out that they have to gather their belongings and find another hotel. But I know the hotel is working with them to try to find them another accommodation.
So you guys went floor by floor, room by room?
Yeah, our police, while fire and ambulance were treating the patients, the police went, got the access keys from the hotel staff and went and cleared every single room. And then once we determined we had levels of 50 or above on the second floor, we cleared them out and had our fire guys with SCBAs and gas monitors go room by room and do a secondary search to make sure everybody is out.
Were there any adults at the pool, or was it just kids?
No, all kids.
And were they, do you know, relations or?
That I don't know.
Okay.
What about have you spoken with the family members?
No, the family members, I only seen maybe one family member show up, but they were, I mean, the initial, the first 10-15 minutes on scene is chaos, and you got people running around, and they were mostly wanting to get to the hospital where their kids were, because the 6 that were unconscious were pretty rapidly assessed and treated and transported to the hospital.
And what two hospitals? They were taken to two
Memorial Hospital in South Bend and Lakeland in Niles.
And sorry to make you do this. We got
Oh, that's
here late.
fine. That's
if you
fine.
could go through the timeline this morning of what happened when you guys responded when you got the call.
At 9:55 this morning, we were dispatched. Niles Fire and Smackus ambulance was dispatched to 6 unconscious youth in the pool area at the Quality Inn. On scene, Niles Police were first units on scene, confirmed 6 unconscious patients. We requested 6 additional ambulances to start heading this way, not knowing what the magnitude is. Is it an isolated area, or is it going to affect the whole hotel? We had ambulances from Smackus, Edwardsburg, Three Oaks, Pride Care, and Clay Fire across the state line. Clay Fire also sent us a battalion chief and an engine company with medically trained people to help us.
What were the total number of people hospitalized?
I left that list back at the station. I know we sent 8 to Memorial and 4 to Lakeland Niles is my best guess. And I know there was a few people that were driven in by cars also.
And this is a tough situation for law enforcement in general to respond to a monoxide leak involving children. Could you kind of just tell us about how it's been for you responding to this, all the crews on scene?
It's tough. I mean, I called my wife after this, and I'm getting a little choked up right now. We're used to dealing with adults. Adults are, it's just part of our job. But when we have to deal with youth, it kind of hits home. So we're making sure we had the Berrien County Medical Director, Dr. Byers, here on scene. He wanted to make sure that the rescuers are getting the proper mental health also. So we'll have a debrief after this, so everybody has a chance to talk through this.
And going forward, this hotel, I mean, how are they allowed to reopen? Do they need to check with you guys, get an inspection?
What they will do is they'll make the necessary repairs. A licensed mechanical inspector will come through, approve all the repairs on there, and then Semco will turn the gas back on. Our utmost concern is for the residents that stay here, that there's not going to be another issue like this.
Do you think that would take days, weeks? Is there a way to put a time on that?
I don't see it more than a couple days to get the repairs made.
And I guess last thing, you guys are just finishing up inspections. That's going to continue repairs for the rest of the day, pretty much?
Yeah, we're done at this point. He's been told what needs to be done to get his facility back up and running. So then he'll have to contact a licensed contractor to come in and start making those repairs.
And you mentioned you're unable to confirm the one child dead.
Correct.
Think a lot of news media were quoting the hospital.
Correct.
Okay.
And that I can't confirm or deny that.
Okay. Could you do the last part
Yep.
for us?